Hello everyone, welcome to your Sagittarius relationships reading for October 2025. You'll see I have two deck of cards here. I'm going to use one deck, this deck here. We're going to pull some cards or a card, we'll see how many come out, about a particular connection you have in mind and or a particular situation with a connection that you have in mind. So if you want to check in on a specific person, or if you want some clarity on what's happening, what's going on between the two of you, or between them and someone else, who knows. So we'll do a check-in on that relationship or that connection, and then we'll use the cards and charms to check in the world of all relationships. So that's your relationships with food, self, fitness, whatever it is. So we'll see what comes out in our messages here, Sag. So maybe I'll get the cards here first for the connection you have in mind. It might come to mind as I'm shuffling here. It might come into mind just before we get into the cards. Or they'll immediately come to mind as we start to receive the messages from the cards. Okay, so we're going to have a few cards over here, it feels like. Okay. And now we'll get your cards. Sagittarius, our relationship monthly check-in. How are things going? All areas of relationships. It's kind of not flying over my thumb for some reason. I guess I'm just getting worse and worse and worse at shuffling. You'd think I would get better. Okay, we're going to go 2, 2, 2. And we'll just remove things we do not need, right? Messages are what matters. Okay. And charms. Pretty good handful here that your angels wanted. Your soul energies, spirit. Okay, maybe quite a bit to discuss about this person or situation. I mean, the person in mind could be yourself as well. I'll just put that out there in case any of you are kind of still wondering, like who or what that could be. I got nothing to check in on. All right, you know what? If they say no charms it is. Let's see. I don't know if I may have to put the charms kind of outside the cards once we flip over here. Yeah, I'll move the bowl too, just so we have a room. And over here, I don't want that one. For some reason, that one's touching. Okay. So where do we feel like starting? The situation or what's going on? Let's do what's going on. Let's start here. And we'll work our way over for this group. Actually, I'm really intrigued why there's no cards up. There's no charms up here. So let's do the cards first. I'm just pausing because I just realized, remind myself I need to take the timestamp for all of our friends that jump to just the messages. Okay. Justice. Incoming justice on a situation, a connection. Kind of fairness here. A turn of events is happening here. This could be your situation. Maybe that's what you just recently did. So you resolved sort of your relationship with your environment, your relationship with finances. It could also be your relationship with emotions, just based on sort of the depression, the despair, a feeling of lack, isolation, but here you're not, right? You're sitting, you're presenting self with self-esteem and confidence. So maybe you've worked yourself out of, right, sort of a colder, darker state of mind to sort of reminding yourself that you're capable, able. This may have also come about just talking about relationship center. You may have made a new connection that's come in. So this could be the new connection, right? She kind of has her hand out here, the new connection that's come in. So this could be a job opportunity that's been brought forward. This could be a new friendship. This could be some guidance, some support through a connection as well. But it's definitely favorable. It's a good turn of events. That's, depending if it's your relationship with self in certain areas or a relationship with another. It's been improved. It could have been silence after a period of time and reconnecting with that individual also. Sort of this positive outcome, positive turnaround. Okay. So down in the corner, we have my kind of dust bunnies charm. So dealing, right, facing something head on, dealing with a conflict head on, surfacing of truths, right, getting rid of the exaggerations or the gray areas, sticking to the facts, the black and white. But it's paired with one of my butterflies, and this one comes with the lucky little ladybug on its wing. And I don't know if there's some fear here of you. Like, I don't know if you're anxious about seeking clarity or you're worried or anxious about kind of getting rid of the dust, right, uncovering. But there's good favor here as well. So kind of trying to calm down your anxiety around this situation. Like, you'll be able to tackle this task, right? It could just be getting organized on something, completing something that maybe you've been putting off for a while. But there's some good favor. There shouldn't be any worry to go ahead and kind of refocus your energy on it. Okay, yeah, look at, they're giving you the Wheel of Fortune here. When you face it, right? They're facing into the wind. They have their foundation, their stability at their back, right? All gold cups, good favor, like the ladybug. Good favor with the star on the Wheel of Fortune. So I would say go ahead, tackle that conversation, tackle that situation. You definitely have the ability to overcome it and come out of it. You'll get the clarity you need to make a decision, or something will finally be out in the open. Maybe there's something you've been dying to address or share, and now it's out in the open, right? You got all your, as they say, all your ducks in a row. You got all your facts together, right? You stripped away all that black and white. You put everything together. You got your plan of attack, and there's some good favor with that. Success, favorable success with conquering that. Okay. So this group, we have, seems like could be like a whirlwind romance for both singles and couples. In terms of for singles, right? It's that love at first sight, lifting you off your feet, first days, that early flush, butterflies in the heart and the stomach. And then for existing couples, this is like a whirlwind period that you both go through in terms of like magical time. So it could be a celebration period, like anniversaries, birthdays, holidays, vacations, or just both of you achieving and seeing some great success in the home, in the workplace. So either way, there's some magical relationships here, even like friendships. This can be a sudden, quick bond, new connections. They're just like if you're heading into something new, right? If this individual up here, if this connection was, we start with your confidence, so that would attract people towards you. But if this is like an opportunity, like a job or something, this is all the new people, the new connections. But it's like like-minded people, right? Similar energies. Your heart is, like I said, your heart's all aflutter here. You're full of joy. Everything feels magical. Yeah, look at you laughing. Look at you laughing, enjoying the new connection, socializing. And then here you are, right? Full of confidence. You know, if this is your partner or a new partner, they're going to put you up on a pedestal. Maybe that's what it feels like, a whirlwind period right now for maybe existing partners to start feeling that level of attention and affection again. But there's like all eyes on you, right? The Emperor. Everyone watching you, cheering you on, seeing who you've become. But lots of new people, I think. Even events with both cards here. It could just be you going to a lot of events coming up in the next period and just having a really good time, right? Whether that's hanging out with family, not necessarily new connections, but hanging out with family and friends and just overall having a really good time. Like I said, your heart here is very whimsical, very joyful, playful, happy. So relationship with heart and self seems to be very, very strong here. Okay, so let's get into the person or situation you're thinking of and see what the message is here. Sorry, I just messed up on my on my notes. Okay, where do I want to start? Well, we'll just go top card. We'll kind of work our way to the next two cards here. So the art palette here, this is all about like childhood youthfulness. This could be someone from your childhood or someone that you grew up with. So it could be parents, sibling, cousins, right? That kind of situation, a lifelong friend. Or they have child, like a very playfulness energy. They bring positive energy when they're around you. Now there's some adaptability here with the dragonfly. This is all about kind of going this way and that way, but it's paired with the playfulness. Maybe that's how they kind of are, or maybe that's how you perceive them to be. Maybe they're kind of here and there and kind of everywhere, but that suits them. They're just very easygoing, right? Nothing really shakes them up because they're able to adapt, adjust. Maybe that's what's bothering you about the situation. You know, why isn't this bothering you? It should bother you more. Okay. I'm reading it like someone is sitting in those chairs so that you can look out those really powerful telescopes to the stars. So I feel like this person has really profound like foresight, very wise, but wise in the sense of being able to like forecast or foresee, right? You know, this would be kind of the personality, the spirit of someone saying like, well, I told you so. Like, I knew it would happen that way. Like, how silly. Like, there's a jovialness to the way they're delivering that message. It's not condescending. It's not, you know, trying to teach you a lesson. It's just kind of joking and laughing. Like, I told you not to lift it that way, right? But I feel like they can either, they're kind of sitting back right now, and maybe you feel like they're not supportive because they can kind of see where you're going, and they don't feel like they need to do much right now. You know, they can see what you can't see. There's just an easygoingness here with this individual or situation. There, it's very casual. Maybe that's what I need to say. It's very casual energy, right? He's sitting back, observing, sitting back and watching. But then the charm up here is support. This is ask for help. This is getting support. This is getting the help you need, either here physically or spiritually. You know, getting the guidance. So maybe your spirit's trying to draw you to ask this individual for help. Like, yeah, they might be easygoing, but maybe there's something in that energy and that spirit to give off to here. Okay, so support energy. Okay. I think I knocked that off camera. So, ask for support about this situation. Maybe you're asking, what don't I see? Can you tell? Maybe you're asking the angels, like, tell me the future here. I mean, obviously we're in a tarot card reading, but there's sit back and watching. Okay. I'm gonna say it while it's coming to me. If this isn't a person in like your childhood, this is like a person from your past, or maybe someone that you have like a long-term history with. So it could be, you know, an ex that you had a 10-year relationship with. You know what I mean? Like it's profound enough that they had an impact on you, but their energy is very laissez-faire. I wonder if they're the ones trying to find you, see you, right? You know how exes try to check in on us? Maybe that's what they're trying to do, right? With this long-range telescope, like you've disappeared on them. So if that situation relates to you, because there's a reason they made me pause and bring that up. There's help here. Your angels are going to answer you now. Here's the help of, you know, what they're up to and how to just avoid them, ignore them, right? Who cares that they're wasting their time checking up on you? You're living your life. Okay, so they ask for help, ask for support, or you're receiving support. Well, we have the beautiful Lover's card here off the top here, right? Hand to hand, gifting support, yin and the yang, just what you need, right? They're both offering each other just what they need. Do you need water? Do you need stability? Compassion, guidance, strength, tenderness, compassion, wealth, right? There's a nice balance here. And there's a stomping out here of the little lamb, the poor little sheep here by the Black Panther. And they're looking back, right? Stomping out this past. Because this is the energy you're in. This is what you're looking for. This is where you're staying. But I feel more so this is like your angels, right? Ask for help. Could even be your physical earth angels if they're reaching out to people that you both knew. They're not sharing any info about you, right? They're you're tucked away here, you're hidden away, you're behind this wall. So they're not getting anything, any info at all on you. You're okay there, or it's divine intervention, right? The angels making sure you successfully have moved forward from that situation. Now for the original situation, which could be you sitting back observing, or this is just a laid back person, kind of casual person, childlike, playful energy person, you know, they're definitely the right person for you to ask for that help, sort of give you, kind of steer you where you need to go. See how they're kind of laying out the stepping stones, the path here for you. Disregard, you know, going that route. These are the things that matter for you to move forward. So really good sounding board in terms of this future outlook. You know, where can I go? Where am I going, right? Especially if you're struggling with work. You know, this is checking in with a life coach, a mentor. You know, maybe it's talking to HR to get to move forward on a situation, but I definitely feel like this is you like walking a path, and it's like a nice, soft, easy, you know, gentle support, right? They're making it easier for you. The lamb here is now laid down purposefully, so you're not walking on tough terrain, right? They're opening a door. They're the stepping stone you needed. They're just what you need and not more, right? Just enough and not more. So if you're seeking that help, the individual is definitely already in your network, your family, your friends, your colleagues. If a past lover came to mind, yes, you know, your gut's right. They are trying to find you and find out about you, but they're not getting anything. They're not getting anything online. They're not getting anything from friends and family. Not getting anything from the angels. So you're all good there, Sag. So really nice check-in here on your relationships this month. So we'll see how things are going next month.